Hey guys, Master Lincoln here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and we just had a very interesting development over on Twitter. Our boy I Seriously, famous for the good old leaks, has just tweeted a gif of Kale and Caulifla. So, based on previous records, this means one of two things. This means either some crazy new global first, Kale and Caulifla, is coming to global, which seems pretty unlikely, or more likely, this means that TEQ KALE and Caulifla are coming to global next and not Super Vegeta. So this is a very interesting development if this is true, because if we have a look back at the timeline here, so Kale and Caulifla released in October on JP, so not all that long ago. It was after the download celebration. So they released their new TUR, Awakened Kale and Caulifla. They of course fuse into Kefla. Their banner brought the side banner unit in KABE, who's universally dunked on as being one of the worst side banner units that's come out in a while. Their celebration also brought the Easy A for the physical Kefla. Then, of course, we had Easy A's for some free-to-play units. There was another world tournament. We get the Easy A for TEQ Hit, who, of course, was a global first, getting his Easy A on JP. But that also lined up with the release of the LR, Goku, and Hit. So I put out a video earlier talking about whether or not Global was going to get an LR at the same time as JP this year, because until we saw this tweet from I Seriously, we all would have assumed that Super Vegeta would be the next celebration to come to Global. Super Vegeta releases, he has the Cell side banner unit, and then we get Extreme Z Awakenings for this Yardrat Goku, who becomes insanely good, as well as this 18 support unit. And then the rest of his celebration brought the new Prime Battle LR Gohan. We got Easy A's for the full power Trunkses. And then, of course, in the part 2 of that, we got the Easy A for Majin Vegeta. We got a double rates banner with a bunch of Peppy Gals with some 2 new units. And then, of course, Easy A's for 5 different Peppy Gals units. So this was pretty impacted. And then, as you can see here, this is when the download celebration started. So this Vegeta celebration was going on. Then the download celebration came. And then Kale and Caulifla came out afterwards. So this is a very interesting development for Global. It changes things quite significantly, because honestly, one thing that I've been wondering, and a lot of people have, I know as well, is Super Vegeta is a unit that people really want, and Heroes for me is always really hype. So I went super ham on the Heroes banner. I think between the main banner and the Easy A banner, I've done like over 1500 stones total. And so obviously knowing that Super Vegeta was about to drop, it was a little bit of a scary thought, because I'm going to have to top up my stones in order to summon to get him. But honestly, like, I don't know if I'm even that hyped about summoning for Kale and Caulifla. Like, their banner is not exactly great. Let's go ahead and check out their banner here. So yeah, this is what their banner looked like on JP. So obviously we have the new TEQ KALE and Caulifla releasing. We have the KABE as the side unit. And then we saw the first return of Videl, who I know is a unit that was quite controversial at the time of her release, but I feel like no one really even cares about her anymore. I mean, you can make arguments that obviously in her great scenario, or her best scenario, on her team with the right link partners and stuff, she can look insane, but you can't really use her to her fullest on a ton of teams, so she's not really a unit that people talk about a lot anymore. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I know I see the hate for him has started to arise on the timeline now, because maybe he is a little bit outdated, but he's still a good unit. He doesn't come around super often, but he has returned on Global fairly recently, so I wouldn't be surprised if he was to actually change on the banner. Then STR Kefla. Nobody likes STR Kefla. Obviously, the rapid growth stage of Super Battle Road came to Global recently, and she is the leader for that category, but it's very easy to do that run without even using her team. I did the no item run using TEQ Gohan's team. And then TEQ Hit was featured. Obviously, we found out later why, because he gets an Easy A, so actually good for him to be featured on the banner. And then Kaioken Goku, who again is another controversial unit. But regardless of what you think of him, he definitely has top tier uses in certain events. So the banner, not terrible, but really not that great. Whereas if we go ahead and look at the Super Vegeta banner, So his banner, as it appeared on JP, we obviously have him and the new cell as the featured units, the new units. Then, of course, Broly. This was his first return. So Global still has not had the Int Broly return on a banner. So honestly, if the Super Vegeta banner is being delayed for Kale and Caulifla, that's probably the biggest downgrade. Like, obviously, the fact that we're not getting Super Vegeta yet, because he's arguably the best hero in the game, but it means we're now being delayed even further for the return of Broly. Obviously it could be pretty decent for them to change one of these units, like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, who's not as hype. They definitely won't change Kefla because it's a Kefla themed banner, but if they change Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta to Int Broly, I think that would inspire maybe some more people to summon. Bojack has been back recently. Beerus is obviously a slightly older unit now, and as much as I love the transforming Super Saiyan 2s, Vegeta is a little bit outdated now as well. And then obviously like physical transforming Vegeta, he's whatever, but we saw the easy A's for Goku and Frieza and how good they are, so I mean, at some point this man's going to get an easy A. If you don't have him rainbowed, or you want to at least stack up, you could get the 5 extra copies to give him that boost once he does get his easy A. I don't know, obviously at the moment he's not like a high ticket unit, but he will get an easy A in the future, and if it is comparable to the transforming Goku and Frieza, then obviously he could be very good. Not to mention the fact that he would awaken into a 160 lead for Pure Saiyans, I would assume, which would make him obviously the next best leader for the team if you don't pull the Super Vegeta. So it's very disappointing on the one hand to not have this banner come to Global and have this banner come instead, but the flip side of that, as I was saying before, is for anyone who went ham on Heroes, then you kind of now don't need to worry, because unless they do something really drastic, I personally think this banner is kind of a skip. Kale and Caulifla are good, but their team is just kind of meh. No one really cares about the Universe 6 units. A lot of people don't like their restriction. They're also another unit that requires 6 orbs if you want to get like the full potential out of them with some of their abilities. Everybody hates Int KALE, so you're not going to be summoning for him. The return of Videl, I mean, if you really want her, I mean, I imagine this is the kind of banner where they absolutely are going to do like discounted steps and then maybe even guaranteed featured at the end, because I feel like they know after Heroes people are not going to be summoning like crazy on this banner. So the one thing I definitely would like to see, like I say, is them change somebody for Gogeta, for Broly. It's probably going to be Gogeta, because they're not going to change Videl. It'll be her first time returning. And then unfortunately they're not going to change STR Kefla, because it's obviously very linked into the theme of the banner. She obviously links well with the new unit once they've transformed into Kefla. And Hit gets an easy A, so we don't want him changed. I mean, changing Kaioken Goku would be great, but he fits the theme of the banner more, being a Universe Survival Saga unit than Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta does. So if they change Gogeta for Broly, I think that becomes one of the only reasons to summon, because Broly still hasn't returned on Global. And if you take Broly off of Super Vegeta's banner, people are still going to summon because Super Vegeta is so good. So I feel like that is definitely something that we could see occur. Now, how this changes the Part 2 LR scenario remains to be seen, because obviously Kale and Caulifla came with a Part 2 LR, which was the Goku and Hit. I've closed the tab that they were on, there we go. So Goku and Hit came in Part 2. So does that mean if Global is getting this banner first, are we going to get these guys in Part 2 as the LR, and then JP is just going to get a Part 2 LR, and then it is what it is? Or are we still going to get the same LR as JP on a double rates banner like we did last year with Gohan? I did the video earlier going into more detail about that, so check that out if you haven't seen it. But yeah, this very much leaves the door open for what could possibly happen on Global. But all we know is that I seriously tweeted this out, and usually when this happens, it means that, you know, what he's foretelling is going to come to pass. So if Dokkan Fest, Kale and Caulifla are next on Global and not Super Vegeta, let me know, because now you can kind of give your wallet a rest. Or is this a unit that you were super hyped for and now you're a little bit scared because they're coming so soon after potentially summoning on Heroes? Let me know all of your thoughts down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.